few years back we sold this uncommon Royal Typewriter. But guess what? It made its way back to us. Stay tuned to find out more about the background story, its history, and how it made its way back to us. Back in 2018, and like any other day, Juju was scanning online for potential typewriter projects to restore, until she came across this Royal Arrow typewriter. The pictures were not clear, there was no details about it, and the seller was only asking for £40, so it was worth the risk. A week after purchasing the typewriter, the package arrived, and we opened the box, and the first impression was the carrying case looked much flatter than the normal Royal Arrows we've worked on before. We opened the carrying case, and the big surprise was there, as it's not like any Royal Arrow we've worked on before, as it had a special embossing on the top margin cover on the back, saying USA MD, and we've never seen anything like this before. Out of curiosity, Juju emailed the gentleman asking him if he has any background information about the typewriter, and the response was interesting. The gentleman mentioned that the typewriter was originally owned by a US Army officer who gifted this Royal typewriter to his father, who used to serve in the British Army during the World War II, and it has always been on display in their house. The history behind this typewriter is quite interesting, and many typewriter collectors would love to add it to their collection, and we are on top of the list. But collecting typewriters wasn't an option for us at that time. The main aim was to grow the business and build our reputation in typewriter restoration. So we restored the typewriter and hesitantly listed on our website, and it was sold just days after that. That was the background story behind this Royal typewriter. Now I will share with you the information we found from online resources about the Royal Arrow typewriter with USA MD embossing on it. And there isn't much. And that's what makes it more intriguing. This Royal typewriter was manufactured in 1942, and it had a serial starting with the letter C, like all the other Royal Arrows we've known. But because there's no recorded history about the USA MD embossing on its top, we believe it was made for the US Army Medical Department, or it was intended to be used by the medical doctors within the US Army. One important and relevant historical information we were able to find online is that the Royal Typewriter Company manufactured 56,000 radio-mill Arrow typewriters to be used within the US Navy, like this one, and you can see that they look nearly identical, and this led us to believe that this Royal Arrow typewriters was specially made for the medical department within the US Army. Just a heads up that we will be preparing a separate video for the radio-mill Royal Arrow portable typewriters made for the US Navy for you to watch. After restoring the typewriter, it's now fully working and nicely typing. However, there's a significant amount of wear that we can easily see on the lid, the sides of the keyboard, and there's marks on the front plus a small bump here on the front of the typewriter, which lead us to the conclusion that the typewriter was placed frequently in and out of the carrying case. Speaking about the carrying case, like all Royal portable typewriters, it had a base that have 4 pins on the sides plus a locking mechanism to secure the typewriter within. Now I'll show you a comparison between the carrying case of the Royal Arrow with the USA MD compared to a Royal Arrow from the US Navy. This is the usual size of all the carrying cases made for the Royal Arrow portable typewriters. And down it's the carrying case of the Royal Arrow USA MD we are talking about today. Mechanically, there's 2 add-ons that I'd like to share with you. The first add-on is the magic margin on the left side of the carriage. It's a pinch mechanism that will help you to easily set up your left side margin. As for the second add-on, it's the glass-topped keys. I love the glass-topped keys on the Royal typewriters in general, and especially on these Royal Arrows. They look like a curved lens, and they are super smooth on the fingers. Now for the typewriter specs. This Royal Arrow was made in 1942. The color is matte black typeface is Elite, the keyboard is QWERTY, our personal rating, reliability 7/10, design 4/10, rarity 9/10. If you are wondering why I gave it 9/10 on rarity, it's only because until today only 5 known to survive. Another reason for recording this video is to seek more information about this specific model from the Royal Arrow typewriter due to the lack of any information between typewriter enthusiasts or online. Therefore, if you have this specific model from the Royal Arrow with the USA MD on its top or have any relevant information, please let us know in the comments or feel free to contact us by email or through social media with this information. As for now, I will share with you the 3 main reasons I like this typewriter. Obviously, the first reason is the glass-topped keys because I love the feel of typing on the glass-topped keys on any typewriter and especially on Royal typewriters. The second reason is the rectangular shift freedom that was only found on Royal Arrow typewriters. It's a glass-topped white key that you unlock the shifting mechanism by pressing it from either sides of the typewriter. The third and final reason I like this Royal Arrow typewriter, it's the significant history it had, plus the fact that we are still looking and digging for information about this typewriter. I can't stress enough how nicely this typewriter is typing. The keys are snappy, the prints are clear, and it's considerably much less noisy than many other typewriters I've typed on before. And now, if you are still wondering how this Royal Arrow typewriter, although it was sold, made its way back to us. During the COVID pandemic, we started collecting typewriters, and on the top of the list was always military-related typewriters. We managed to buy a couple from the US and from the UK. But I've always regretted selling this specific version of the Royal Arrow typewriter with the USA MD embossing on it. Until, and luckily for us, we got an email from the gentleman who bought the Royal typewriter mentioning that he is downsizing his typewriter collection, and he asked me if I could supply him with one heavy-duty typewriter in exchange for this Royal Arrow typewriter that we always loved to have. Thank you for watching the video and hope you liked it. This is only the second typewriter out of many typewriters in our personal typewriter collection. So if you like the content, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button to get notified of any future videos that we're going to be uploading. And until then, and like always, keep typing.